Hi everybody, it's Cookie Lou in Arizona. A little bit of news today. Gonna do Rosemary's Christmas tag that someone had sent her. It's quite a long one, but I did tell her I would do it. Another little update for me, officially unemployed. Today I went to work and I had a conversation with my boss. There's been some problems with his business deteriorating, and he said that he was going to have to cut my hours down. And I was only working 5 hours a day, 3 days a week for him. It was really a part-time job, and it was all the way on the east side of town. It took me an hour to drive there. Cost at least $8 a day in gas going to and from, 2 hours traveling. So when he told me he was going to cut my hours down from 5 hours to four, that was going to cut my salary by about $60 a month, and it wasn't going to work out for me. And the only reason why I stuck out uh, working there as long as I did is he was hoping to expand his business to warrant him moving to a location much closer to my house. So I figured I'd bite the bullet for a while and drive a 2 hour trip 3 days a week to work for him. And then when he moved to this new location, I'd be 5 minutes away from my house. So because of that vision, which turned out to be a pipe dream of his, I saw as these 6 months were passing by rapidly, he really wasn't expanding his business. Nothing was happening to warrant him making the move. And then when he cut my hours, and prior to me going in today, after I got out of the hospital, he told me to stay home for a couple of weeks and recuperate because it was very slow and he could handle the phones. The phones were barely ringing. I was working for a company based out of Chicago, and they were having some trouble with their phone lines, and which I had known about for probably close to 6 weeks. These phone lines were screwed up. And he says they were still screwy, so I might as well just stay home and rest, blah, blah, blah. So when I went in today and he told me he was cutting my hours, I said, no, it's not cost effective for me to continue to work like this. So I packed up 10 minutes after I got there and I left. So now I feel I could put these days and hours to better use, looking for a better job closer to home. I hope to God I get something. And I also will put some time into having these yard sales that I've been trying to have. I have so many things in the closets that I want to just get rid of, so now I'm going to have my yard sales. The weather cooled off, I have time, I'm going to do it. So that's that. Cookie Lou is unemployed, boo-hoo. I will live through it. I've lived through it before, I'll live through it again. But this one's going to be tough. I'll tell you, it's going to be tough because my homeowners association went up to $200 a month. My health insurance went up to $150 a month plus Medicare. That's another $100, so it's like $252 from my health insurance, which I got to keep up, especially after what happened to me. I cannot do anything to change that. So I'm gonna have to make cuts, and the only place where I could make cuts really is in my food. Everybody else needs to get paid, cable, telephone, electricity, mortgage. So anyway, I'm going to be eating a lot less food than I am already. So that's the only place where I can make the cut. Okay, so getting back to the Christmas tag. First question is, what is your favorite Christmas movie? Well, of course, You Shoot Your Eye Out. That's everybody's favorite movie. And I like that so much because I lived in that era in the 50s, and everything that I saw in that story was my life as a child of Ralphie's age. But other than that, I think it's a toss-up between Miracle on 34th Street and It's a Wonderful Life. I think those are my two favorite movies when it comes to Christmas time. Are you on the naughty list or the nice list? I'm on the nice list. Much to my detriment, I'm just far too nice. Show us an embarrassing Christmas card photo. I don't have any because I don't have photos for Christmas cards. I don't do photos. You know what? I do have a photo. It's not really embarrassing, but it's cute. Hold on, I'll go get it. Hold on. This is a picture. My son was here with his ex-girlfriend for Christmas once, and he brought these these antlers. So this is, I think, the silliest picture that I have of myself. That was Christmas. It wasn't a Christmas card photo, but it was a Christmas photo. And there I am, my chubby self with reindeer ears on my head. Okay. Have you ever had a white Christmas? Yes, I've had many. Living in New York City, there are many, many white Christmases. And I loved every one of them, even the snow blizzards. Where do you usually spend your holiday? Usually I spend it alone here in the house. I have my boohoo moments. My sons are not here, and I don't have any family or friends that aren't already wrapped up with their own family. So I pretty much solo the holidays, like I did Thanksgiving. I was home alone. I'm getting used to it. Going on for years. Where do you usually spend your holidays? I already said that here, home alone. Play or sing your favorite Christmas song. Oh, God. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide something, 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 something. That's a nice one. That one. And sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Okay, I'm no, what's her name? Catherine Carpenter? Sharon Carpenter? What was her name? That Carpenter girl, she was the best Christmas singer. Poor thing, she died of anorexia. It's a shame. And do you open your presents on Christmas Eve? When I was little, yes, we used to open them on Christmas Eve, and also some extras on Christmas Day as well. But when I became an adult and I had my own children, we used to just do Christmas Day. And I think the reason why we did that was because the family was so small. It was just me and my husband and my two boys. I think when you have a large family and you have a big family dinner and you're up until midnight anyway, celebrating Christmas Eve, that's why we used to open some of our presents on Christmas Eve when I was a child, and then we would do the rest of them on Christmas Day. But when I was an adult and had my own kids, we just did Christmas Day. Can you name all of Santa's reindeers? Rudolph. Rudolph, Comet, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, 5, Rudolph, Comet. No, I can't name all of them. I got some. What holiday tradition are you looking forward to most this year? Being that I celebrate Christmas alone, there isn't much of a tradition left. No, I don't really have any traditions that I'm looking forward to. Is your Christmas tree real or fake? I have a real tiny one, about 2 feet high, and it is fake. And it has the Christmas balls already kind of glued onto the branches. And it was one of those trees that used to have those lights that would just change color. And then that broke, and I couldn't get a battery to fix it, so I bought small line of Christmas lights at the dollar store, and I kind of wrapped those around it this year. And I have that little Christmas tree, which is pretty, with the lights on it now especially. And I have a big 3-foot Santa and a couple of little reindeers. And I just kind of put that in the corner, and that's my little Christmas decor. And a few Christmas wreaths here and there. But it is a fake tree. Hands down, what is your all-time favorite holiday food and holiday sweet treat? Hands down, my grandmother used to make a cheesecake, an Italian cheesecake called a pizza grana. And a pizza grana was a cheesecake made with ricotta cheese, about 10 eggs, a pound of sugar, and a grain that she used to soak and mix in there. And I love that cheesecake there, but I never made it with the grain because I never knew what kind she used to buy. So I don't know what kind of grain, but I just make it with the ricotta and the eggs and the sugar, and it's delicious. The helper group, nothing but advertisements and Christmas charities that keep calling me up. I swear I want to get rid of this phone. And the second treat that Grandma used to make that I loved was something called struvola. Struvola is little tiny dough balls like the size of a marble. And you make the dough and you just cut it up, and then you throw them in the oil and they puff up in the little marble-sized dough balls. And then you mix it with honey and you pile it up into a cone shape on a platter, on a Christmas platter. And Grandma used to put some colored sprinkles on there, the little tiny multiple sugar balls. She used to put that in there and just pick on those little honey balls all night. Delish. Be honest, do you like giving gifts or receiving gifts better? I like giving them better. Oftentimes, I don't get many gifts, and sometimes I get gifts that are kind of crappy. So I know I have some friends that'll give me a gift, and it looks like something that they re-gifted from a couple of Christmases back that they had in the closet somewhere. So I don't really exchange gifts anymore because of finances and not having family around. I just did something for my son. And I don't think this year we're even going to be doing that because the two of us are kind of broke. But we know we have each other's love wrapped up in a Christmas bow, and that's all we need. Show us your tackiest Christmas attire. We don't really have anything. What would be your dream place to visit for the holiday season? Hands down, Vermont. I always wanted a New England Christmas, and to ride in a horse-pulled sleigh in the snow at night. That was my vision of the best Christmas, is going to a beautiful country house in Vermont and spending the holidays there with in the Christmas snow. Does your family have a special holiday recipe that that I used to like to help make? Probably the struvola. My grandmother used to make also a type of donut called what was it called? Oh gosh. She used to make the batter, and she would dip the batter in a zeppola. Ozeppola, it was called, and ozeppolo. And you make the batter, and you just spoon it into the oil. It puffs up into like a little donut, a ball, a puffy ball. And she used to take that out, drain it on a paper towel, and sprinkle some powdered sugar on it, and they were yummy. And you'll see various versions of that recipe at any country fair or state fair. Usually they'll have Indian fry bread, which is the same concept, and it was called zeppola. And I used to like making those with Grandma. Are you a pro-present wrapper, or do you fail miserably? I fail miserably. I hate wrapping presents. Hate it with a passion. I hate cutting the paper. I hate cutting the Scotch tape. I hate wrapping up odd-shaped boxes. It looks awful, awful. Stick a bow on it and be done. That's it. That's why I like these little bags now that they have with tissue paper in it. You put the gift in a little fancy Christmas bag with a little fancy tissue paper and a little card. And much better than wrapping any boxes up. I'm good at that. Most memorable holiday moment. Most memorable holiday moment. Well, I probably mentioned that already in the first Christmas tag that we did. Probably just being at Grandma's table on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with all my aunts and uncles and their girlfriends or wives at the time and their kids, whoever had kids at that time, and just sitting there and with my whole family, 15, 20 people around this huge table in the kitchen and just enjoying a meal. That's my favorite holiday moment. What made you realize the truth about Santa? I don't know if I ever really believed in Santa. I know I had to have believed in him when I was real little, but I remember when I was about 6, 7 years old, and Uncle Carl used to dress up like Santa Claus, and it was pathetic. He was a little lousy suit, he was skinny, and he had this fake beard on and the hat, and I knew it was him. And he's handing out the presents, and I'm looking at him like, oh, you're Uncle Carlo. I know you're Uncle Carlo. So I don't think I ever really believed in Santa. I don't remember the days when I did. Let's put it that way. Do you make New Year's resolutions and do you stick to them? No, I don't make them because I don't stick to them. And I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. I think when the time comes when you have decided to make some kind of resolution or change in your life, that happens when it happens, and New Year's Eve has nothing to do with it. I mean, I know like everybody else, my resolution might have been, I'm going to start a diet this year, and I'm going to eat healthy this year, and I never did. So, no and no. What makes the holidays special for you? When my son is around, when I am with my son Michael, that's what makes it special for me. And that's it, people. Those are my, 15 or so holiday questions and answers for the Christmas tag. And that's it. I'm looking forward to hearing your answers. Bye.